Salve ragazzi e benvenuti in questo nuovo episodio di l'Urbe Dimenticata. Oggi dobbiamo andare a parlare con il magistrato e iniziare a seguire seriamente la storia di questa città per vedere cosa è successo e come evitare che succeda quello che abbiamo visto nel futuro. Anche se l'altra volta, per 2 volte è stata colpa mia, però sorvoliamo su questa cosa. Quindi, senza ulteriore indugio, io direi di far partire la sigla. Rieccoci proprio qui nello scorso punto dell'altra volta. Dobbiamo aggiustare solo il cavo e andiamo. Ah, Galerius.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Ah, facciamo questa domanda. What? Are you speaking English? Cosa? Parli inglese?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
Allora, senti, cambiamo il soggetto e parliamo della stessa cosa. Diciamo una bugia? Iniziamo bene?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you and what were you doing in that shrine? Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you don't get lost in any
Diciamo
other
che ci siamo
sacred
persi
places
questa
you're not
volta.
supposed to be. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now? But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Non preoccuparti per me, io so cosa devo
All right,
fare.
friend, suit yourself. Just don't do anything too reckless till you've spoken with Magistrate Sentius in his villa down there. See you around.
Ci vediamo. Fatemi usare la zipline. Nuovo achievement sbloccato, Maverick. Ci ha lasciato le cose dell'altra volta? Denari 229, sì. La flashlight, questa iscrizione, la zipline, le uova, il vino e il pane. Che ora andiamo in giro con questa torcia, diciamo, è magia, è solo magia. Facciamo impazzire tutti. Dove siamo? Ok, non posso salire. La villa è lì. Quindi possiamo anche fare... Ah, di qua possiamo tagliare. Quello si sta allenando. Un uomo forzuto. Allora, quindi dobbiamo andare di qua. Questo che cos'è? Salve, scusate l'intrusione.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the
Stata
resin of a
avvelenata?
plant called Silphium, but that Culas cubulates Decius won't give it
Ullas
to me.
cubulates. I'm sorry, I wish could help you.
It's too late. She just slipped away.
Cos'è
She was
successo?
poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally, I'd treat her with resin of Silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew
Però?
Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that.
Ma io ho centinaia di denari, glieli posso
Then
dare.
that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
Ah.
Well, unless you have
Ok.
the power to bring someone back from the
Quindi ne
dead,
sa qualcosa.
there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetricum fututo and scratching his eyes out.
We'll get right on it. We'll see you can do. Facciamo questo. Chiediamogli cosa posso fare. What is your story?
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up.
Ah. Come si è
My
finita qui?
husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited
Ah,
for the
avrebbe
right
preferito
time to take
ucciderla
what
che
was
invece
mine
dargli
and
i suoi
disappear.
diritti.
And then the fires came. As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins and gemstones, and the moment his back was turned, I ran.
Però
I
denari
could barely
e
see for
gemme.
the smoke, and the streets were full of people trampling each other. I ran for the river, like everyone else, and leapt in. The next thing I
Ah,
remember,
quindi ha corso
I was
lungo la
waking
riva.
up on a riverbank, not far from here.
Ok.
It's all right. Say
E quindi ha
what you
trovato la
will
città.
about this place. At least my fornicating husband will never find me. And while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it.
Why are you working out of Shire?
Oh, this
Shrine.
shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense.
Ok, quindi hanno instaurato questa clinica nel tempio di Apollo per questo motivo qui. Perché è il dio della medicina.
Well,
Dimmi qualcosa
she
su
used to run
Naevia.
the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying, but I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the
Ah,
palace,
quindi l'ultima
barred the
volta che
door
le
from
persone
the
sono vive
inside,
possono parlare con
and
le
nobody's
statue, poi
seen
dopo
her
muoiono.
since. She's been gone so long now, we figure
Ecco,
she's
con
either
la
dead
decimazione
or
che
up
c'è
to
poi dopo
something so
muoiono.
strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem.
Trovo un modo
a
per
real
entrare al
thorn in
palazzo.
the poor situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain.
Sì,
I really shouldn't say. He
uno
wouldn't
soffre di
like it.
reumatismi qui.
And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
We'll get right on it. Vabbè, sì. Questa è una promessa. Vabbè, questa è una nuova quest.
That would be wonderful. Thank you. Let me know how you go.
Devo trovare un trattamento per i reumatismi. Dai, spezie, va bene, va bene. Ormai è morta, va bene.
May Apollo keep
Dato
you
che
safe.
possiamo lootarla, non c'è più nulla da fare per lei. Però possiamo curare magari gli altri. Ah, vediamo di non rubare più il pane. Una ricetta romana per il pane. Grazie, questa scrivetevela, traducetevela. Poi fate il pane romano.
Salve,
Vedo.
stranger, and welcome to our
Decius.
idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Decius. Terrible shame what happened to Julia. But we just have to carry on, don't we? You mean,
What
how did
is
I
your
end up
story?
here? That is a lengthy tale.
Let's hear it. Maybe some other
Suit
times.
yourself.
Ho bisogno della resina silphium.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
Ce li ho. Your price.
Oh,
No,
it's
questo.
perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave
Ah, è
it.
perfettamente legale. La domanda dell'offerta. Leggi la domanda dell'offerta. Il Whisper ha detto take it.
Hear what? You sure you're feeling all right? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. We don't want another Navier on our hands.
Cosa è successo a
She
Ne?
claimed the
Vabbè, lo
statue was
sappiamo
a
già,
whispering
dai.
shrine. Nobody else could hear it, but I digress. Do you want this silphium?
Ok.
Very well. Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget?
What do you know about the Golden
Terrible for
Ruler?
inflation is what it is. There's so much gold just lying around, it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow. Just a simple composite bow. I've scoured this city from top to bottom with no luck. But if you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk.
Ottiene un arco. Il magistrato non ha bandito le armi.
Well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be a little discreet.
Vedrò cosa posso fare.
I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a way out, but I'm not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my liking.
Grazie, terrò un occhio su di lei.
Very well, another time.
Ah, ok, questo è proprio la sua locanda. Il suo negozio. Una scultura di Minerva, la dea romana della strategia. Scultura di Ares, il dio greco della guerra, conosciuto dai romani come Marte. Una prigione.
Hello?
Bene, parliamo con lui e andiamo dal magistrato dopo. Qual è la tua storia?
My
Diciamo così.
name's Dooley. I live here now because I got in trouble and they said they had to lock me up.
Ah, è finito nei guai.
I don't remember things so good. I think it's just because I was looking for treasure.
Quindi sei un ladro?
No! I would never. I'm good.
I'm good.
They said I did it more than once, but I can't remember things so good. Then they
Vabbè, anche lui,
called me
cioè,
names.
lui soffre di amnesia. La stessa cosa di cui potevamo soffrire noi e
They called
quindi
me a
avere
liar,
problemi.
Billy.
E comprenderlo.
Yes. They said I have to live here now, and gave me this letter. But I'm not good with words. Do you think you could
Non è
read
bravo
it
a
for me?
leggere, ok. È analfabeta, poverino. Lasci la lettera e ce la rubiamo. Una lettera da Sentius Toduli. Ah, il magistrato ha spiegato a Duli che lui è incluso qui. Ah, ma me ne sono accorto adesso, c'è la reading mode. Perfetto. Vabbè, per evitare per il suo trapasso, ok.
What does it say? My treasure. My
Quale
friend
tesoro?
Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then he died. It was very sad.
Ah, quindi il suo amico Annibale è morto.
If anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious hidden away. He gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. But I couldn't find it. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns. But when I went up to the high one, they put me in here. Now nobody looks after me. Except my friend Galerius. And
Vabbè, Galerius è una brava persona, però, eh.
She's a nice lady. Hannibal said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get out of here. Then I would trust you a lot.
Sì. Lasciami parlare con il magistrato e vedo cosa posso fare.
Tried that. He said the magistrate wouldn't listen, no matter what.
Forse è tempo di un nuovo magistrato.
Galerius? He's nice. I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything.
Possiamo far diventare Galerius magistrato, sì.
He can get me out of here, and I can give you the key to my treasure. Hannibal said it was in the cisterns. I can't remember what it was, just that it was way up high and very precious. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Ah, abbiamo un botto di questo.
Help! You have to do something.
Ma questa è la
The man
stessa.
arrived in the baths. Real nasty sort, with his face all covered up, and he's got a weapon.
Un
I
weapon.
have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule.
Confronti con l'uomo armato che è entrato in città.
Thank you. He's still in there. I have to hide. What? We don't have time for this. I have to go. Ugh.
Che fa? Che fa?
The shrine is collapsing.
Si è rotto malissimo. Si è rotto malissimo il tetto.
Fabia, no! Oh
Fabia.
God, she's dead! Did anyone see that? The
She's
whole
dead.
train just collapsed on her. Oh Fabia, why did you have to go in there? Poor sweet girl.
Vabbè, dai, ora. Allora, vediamo prima di tutto gli obiettivi che abbiamo. Quelli completati e quelli attivi. Confrontiamoci con l'uomo che... C'è la modalità foto. Basta, è finito. Confrontiamoci con l'uomo che entra in città. Forse è Al. No, non è Al. Che cazzo?
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is?
I don't know, a Quinzia.
I'm not sure I believe that, so allow me to explain something to you. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero himself to find and execute the cultist Quinctius for terrible crimes against the
Empire.
So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live.
Quindi è un
But if you
assassino,
lie to me
effettivamente.
or otherwise obstruct the Emperor's business in any way,
Al servizio dell'imperatore Nerone
put
per...
this arrow through
è
your
venuto qui per
chest.
uccidere la
Is
cultista.
that understood?
Quinzia. Poi?
Thank you. Now tell me, who are you people, and what is this place?
Queste sono una piccola comunità di stranieri e sono qui per avere un incidente. Perché non metti giù l'arco e non lo scopri da solo?
Oh, how very welcoming of you. You want me to let my guard down, is that it? You're not going to get your claws into me. I was told Quinctius was a cultist, but I never thought he'd be foolish enough to lead me right to the heart of his mystery cult.
What is cos'è un culto
Don't
misterioso?
play coy with me. I don't care if you're worshipping Bacchus, Magna Mater, or Christ. You lot are all the same to me. Always sneaking off to your secret sanctuaries, indoctrinating each other with your little mantras. The Emperor may have tolerated your activities up until now, but after what Quinctius did, those days are numbered.
I giorni sono contati. I suoi giorni sono contati perché ho fatto qualcosa all'imperatore, anche se l'imperatore in realtà è d'accordo, però vabbè.
You say that, but if you're not a cult, then why go to such great lengths?
No, io cultista, ma non sia mai. Vada. I'm still looking for a way
So you
out.
admit you're not allowed to leave.
Noi possiamo andarcene se vogliamo.
You're a terrible liar. So none of you are allowed to leave. Fascinating. That sounds an awful lot like a cult to me. And I saw the inscription saying, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." I take it this is some kind of mantra you all believe?
Sì, perché è vero. Ah no, non è un mantra, è un avvertimento.
A distinction without a difference. You've clearly been indoctrinated into this nonsense. Now tell me, where did you lot get enough gold to make all these statues? You lot are practicing human sacrifice too. You people disgust me.
Ma non facciamo sacrifici qui.
Of course you'd say that, but that's what your kind do, isn't it? Our God told us to do it. It's all clear to me now. The secret sanctuary, the indoctrination, the mantra.
Abbiamo peggiorato solo la
human
situazione.
sacrifice. You're cultists. There's no doubt in my mind. What baffles me is how a person can believe in something with such zeal. They just can't see what they've become. However, you still have a chance to redeem yourself by telling me where Quinctius is. Do not waste it.
E non posso aiutarti se vuoi fare questa cosa.
Then you're of no use to me. Do you have any last words?
For the last time, per l'ultima volta io non sono un cultista. Sì.
I knew it. Now it's my turn to tell you something. Once I'm done with you and
Ci siamo salvati in
I
coroner.
intend to kill every last one of you wretched degenerates. And I can think of nothing I'd enjoy more.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Ciao. Aspetta, aspetta, ma... Ah, è morto, ok. Run! Vabbè, comunque penso che le quest ce le abbia lasciate tutte attive. Quindi volendo possiamo scappare. Cioè possiamo riprendere dove abbiamo interrotto adesso. Però adesso veramente andiamo dal magistrato, se no non andiamo più avanti nella trama. Anche se queste cose qui comunque ci danno un contorno, ecco. Però sicuramente per andare avanti seriamente dobbiamo parlare con il magistrato, dato che è la missione principale. Però far salire Galerius al comando non mi sembra una cattiva idea, eh. Un uomo virtuoso. Ah, quindi devo fare leggere Galerius magistrato è l'unico modo per far uscire Dilius dalla sua cella. Figure out to get Galerius. Ok, quindi devo capire come far salire Galerio al comando. Far leggere Galerius come magistrato. E abbiamo bisogno di avere la popolarità tra la maggior parte dei votanti. E devo chiedere a Galerius adesso se vuole diventare magistrato.
Salve, friend. I'm... you know, that's all right, friend. It's 807
Ok.
CE. No idea what you're talking about. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here. You seem that live by our law here. All right, friend.
Sì. Andiamo. Ciao,
On your
ragazzi.
best behavior, I trust. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
What is this
I
about?
expect the magistrate wants to brief you about the golden rule. It shouldn't take too long. He's busy preparing for the election later today. I'm
Ah,
afraid
oggi
I
pomeriggio
have
ci
to
sono le
insist.
elezioni. Ottimo. Passo, ma ho qualche domanda per te.
Well, I can't force you. I'll let him know you declined. But he won't be pleased with either of us.
Qual è la tua
I'm a
storia?
legionary of the 1st Italica.
Ah,
but
prima
there's
Legione
not a lot
Italia.
of fighting down here. So the magistrate has assigned me other duties. I act as the magistrate's right-hand man, keeping an eye on his daughters. Daughter, I should say. And the others. And making sure they're all behaving. I also keep a register of new arrivals.
Come sei finito qua giù?
Up north originally.
Qua su.
I was doing all right for myself. 12 years into my service.
Un ligure, quindi le
And
braccine
I still
corte.
lined
Ottimo.
up for when it was all over. Not anymore. She's probably figured I'm long gone and moved on by now. I try not to think about it. My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. While I was there, I thought I'd do something nice for my girl and pick up a little pendant from a silversmith. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets, shouting fire. People were screaming.
Ah, quindi ha vissuto il grande incendio di Roma.
Electric and Fugitive tried to take advantage of the chaos and pinch my pendant. I remember chasing him through the crowds, down towards the river. And then, nothing. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver. But, I'm fortunate to be alive, I suppose.
Vabbè, andiamo adesso, perché... Sì, andiamo a parlare con il magistrato, dai. Magari poteva dirci qualcosa, però non dobbiamo andarci a parlare, quindi. Eccolo. Note from Scintilla. Scintilla express gratitude to Sentius for adopting her. Quindi Scintilla è adottata. Non è la vera figlia. Cioè non è la figlia... come si dice? Naturale. Sì. L'Alarium. Ok. Ah, è un tempietto per gli dei. Oh, è l'altarino. È l'altarino sacro.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
È Marcello.
A curious name.
Lo dirò così per tutta la
Much a
serie.
curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
Città segreta costruita sotto le montagne molti secoli fa. È fantastica, beh, effettivamente è fantastica.
More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22
Gli ultimi 6
complete
mesi.
strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Can't say I have.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying.
È semplicemente quello terrificante,
If
sì.
even one person commits a sin here, every
Every
last
lot
one
of
of us
us will die.
You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all
sì.
to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's
Finita e
extraordinary
Medusa.
that we've survived as long as
Sono
we
le persone in
have,
pietra.
and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up.
Anzi, Mida era la
Now it
dell'oro,
seems
e invece
that day
Medusa
is
era
finally here.
la
All that
gorgona che
matters
trasforma
is that
tutti in
somebody
pietra.
in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Abbiamo qualche domanda? Cosa conta come
An
peccato qui?
intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder.
Quindi nessun
Beyond that, it
assassinio,
was
nessun
more difficult to
assalto,
reach a
nessuna
consensus.
scazzottata e nessuna...
Lying,
Non possiamo
insulting
rubare.
someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide. As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome.
Rome.
It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Ok, quindi sì, l'accordo segreto tra gli dei e i romani. ovvero onorarli in modo tale da avere secoli di gloria per Roma. What is your legal is in a way mortal? A may of your law and cause. Diciamo di questa.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists and
Però ci sono le
engineers.
teste di cazzo che
We
dicono
have
tutt'altro.
comprehensive
Vabbè.
laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean
Mediterranean
and
and beyond,
beyond,
from Gallia to Judea.
All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
My mistake. Oppure possiamo dire don't your law allow slave. Ah, non avete una legge sulla schiavitù, effettivamente. Oppure i giochi gladiatori, i diritti per le donne, la persecuzione dei cristiani e la punizione collettiva. Beh, diciamo di queste, dai.
Of course. What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well. On
I
occasion,
giochi gladiatori?
but our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
Diciamo, comunque sto facendo queste domande anche per smontare tutti quelli che dicono no, ma i romani erano incivilizzati, no?
Of course, but with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands.
Protette dei padri e delle madri.
You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that.
Non praticate le punizioni
Are you
collettive?
talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
Where I'm from, we consider those things to be abhorrent. Da dove vengo, consideriamo queste cose aberranti.
Well, right now, you're a long, long way from home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you. Do
Avete
you
qualche
ever stare
sospetto?
at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
Come fai a non sapere di essere tu la
What
persona
reason could you
responsabile?
possibly have to suspect me of all people? I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen.
Cosa pensi che possa aver provocato la scomparsa
So
di
you
Sentilla?
know about that already. It's a devastating loss, of course, but that was over 3 weeks ago, and whatever happened to her, it didn't break the golden rule, so I don't think it's connected with our imminent demise. Still, if you happen to find her and return her to me, I would be eternally grateful.
Forza, dimmi cosa pensi veramente.
There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you.
Ah, se faccio questo, tu mi aiuti a tornare al mio tempo?
If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
Vabbè, effettivamente abbiamo creato un paradosso, quindi. Sì, perché no?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past.
Quindi una persona può passare e sono unito nel tempo.
From the goddess's shrine. I knew that person was you.
Però è lui quindi che ha fatto tutto.
You don't
Ha fatto questo
belong
rituale.
in our time, do you?
You are right, I'm from the 200 years in the future.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
You'll be turned into the golden status.
I have imagined it, our downfall 1,000 times, but it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
Come funziona il rituale?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather
Quindi
more costly.
cibo,
The life
persone
of the
o animali
person
vivi?
performing the ritual. I don't suppose
Cioè non
you
persone,
saw
animali
any
vivi,
sign
cibo
of
e altre cose.
me in the future.
I did see humans remains in the temple.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
Farò del mio
I
meglio.
suppose that's all I can ask for. Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity
Comunque
with
leggeremo Galerius
suspicion.
come magistrato, quindi.
You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Ok, andiamo.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
Sì, sono dentro.
Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents.
Quindi ci autorizzate a entrare in
unless,
proprietà
of course,
private
you're
e a
asked to
guardare i
leave.
documenti
Figure out
riservati.
who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one
Ok.
last thing. If
Vado
I
a
were
iniziare.
you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I
Ok.
heard wailing from there
Che ho già
not
visto.
long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Ah sì, sì, questo già lo sapevamo. Adesso, prima di tutto, io andrei a parlare con Galeres, ma lo faccio la prossima volta. Adesso vado a salvare e andiamo a chiudere l'episodio di oggi. È durato parecchio.
Citizen.
Bene ragazzi, questo è il secondo episodio dell'Urbe Dimenticata, si conclude qui. Oggi abbiamo parlato con magistrato, vi ho tradotto molti degli dialoghi per farvi capire la storia, spero che abbiate capito tutto. E in più, spero anche che questo video vi sia piaciuto. Come sempre vi ricordo che tutte le sere dal lunedì al venerdì sono dalle 21 alle 23:30 live su Twitch, quindi se volete farci un salto siete i benvenuti. E vi ricordo come sempre che in descrizione sia del video sia nell'info del canale ci sono tutti gli altri miei social. In più vi ricordo sempre di iscrivervi al canale, lasciare un mi piace, attivare la campanellina e lasciare un commento. Come ultima cosa, spero di rivedervi in un prossimo video. Ad Maiora.